All right. Good morning, guys. So great to see you guys on here. I see some new faces. So good to see you. Welcome. Happy Saturday to you guys. Happy Thanksgiving weekend to my Canadian friends, which I think I may be the only one on here. So happy Thanksgiving to me. Guys, this is our business roadmap to success. This is where you come and plug in and really start to understand how to build your business right, how to do it simply. We give you the steps to take every single day, as well as the steps to take in your business to be able to have it grow, but also have it duplicate and do network marketing right. The reason that we created this training was so that our new people know exactly where to go, that they know exactly where to plug in, they know how to get started right, but also so that as you start to recruit people and as you start to bring people into your business, so that you know how to start them off right. And, in the past, we've all been a part of something where, you join and you have no idea what to do. And that's the last thing we want here with our New Life team. We want everybody to feel like they're plugged in, like they know exactly what to do. They know exactly how to get to the goals that they want to do. And then we have great trainings that we do on Mondays as well, where we go a lot deeper into your business, into mindset, into all of that. We've got some people coming in here and my arrow will not let me let them in. 1 second, guys. There we go. All right, so we're going to get started with our slideshow first here. So I'm going to go into share screen.
Angela, you want to make me a co-host?
Absolutely, I do. I'll do that first. Hang on. All right. There you go, Peg. Thank you. Let's make sure we're sharing the right one. All right, can you guys see my screen?
I don't know what I did, but I can't see anybody right now.
Oh, are you on a laptop or phone?
Phone.
Okay, so you'll have to go back, find your app. Like, are you right off?
Yeah.
Can you see any screen at all in the corner?
Let me see. I'm trying to go back to the meeting right here. But yeah, I can only see all the names.
Can you
Participants.
swipe to the left or swipe to the right, I guess, if you're swiping?
Okay.
Can you see the screen?
No.
You want to leave and come back, Elsa?
I'll figure it out.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm going to do.
All right. Hopefully she can come back and see it. But so this is our business success roadmap training. It is 5 simple steps, guys. We go through steps 1 through 5, and then Paul will go deeper into the 5 over 5 of what we do every single day. And that will help you to really just get your mindset right, understand what we're doing here, understand how to build your new life business. So get out a pen and paper, take some notes today. We do record this, as you saw, and we'll have this posted into the group. So if you have any new people that aren't plugged in this morning, make sure to be tagging them in that recording when we put it in. But the best part of what we do on Saturdays is recognition. So the first thing that we want to do is welcome our new distributors. So that's Arnell, Solomon, Brooke, Good Game, Albertina Walker. Welcome to the family, guys. So great to see these new names. Now we have a second Brooke here, which is awesome. We've got Brooke squared, so that's fantastic. Welcome, guys. These are new people that are ready to get their New Life business growing. And then the team members with new distributors were Jocelyn LaRock, Lori Good Game, and Brooke Patton. Congratulations, guys, for building your business, taking the steps to share New Life with others and bringing them into the family. And then team members with new customers is Donna Stelter, Lynn Laporte, Nancy Billingsley, and Jocelyn LaRock. Congratulations for sharing the New Life products with people, helping them with their health, getting them onto these products and changing their lives, which is what we love to see as well. So congratulations to everybody for your business growth. Now I get to
Angel,
pass.
can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
I want you guys to realize how important that is, that recognition of the achievements that people are having. I think it's important sometimes when we're building our own businesses that we're really, sometimes we struggle, or sometimes we're in a lull, or sometimes we're really just rocking it and everything's falling into place. But it's good to see other people achieving. And I think we need to adjust our feelings and understand how we feel in being able to celebrate someone else's success. It is a huge part of this business. You're never going to get to these really high levels of 6- and 7-figure incomes without appreciating the success of others. It's really what the business is all about. So I don't know if you realize how important what you just saw is, but it's really critical to our business.
I agree. And, I picked it up from a team I was on years and years ago, and it felt so good when I heard my name. you know, either with recognition of having grown or welcome to the team. Like it was just like, oh, I feel a part of something. So it's so important to do that. And we really, truly do celebrate you. And so it's important to take that time to recognize. So as you guys grow, make sure to always be letting me know. Let me know the new names and let me know what you've done in your business for that week, because we definitely want to be recognizing you. So for the next few slides, which is step 1 through 3, I get to bring on our executive promoter, Donna Stelter. She is a pickleball queen from Florida, and she does amazing at these 3 slides in just sharing with you how simple these first 3 steps are. You're going to watch this and go, well, that's easy. And it is. So Donna, I'll pass it over to you.
Good morning and thank you. So yes, the first 3 steps are very easy. So we go to, we share the refers direct site, that link that we get from our back office. You can also go on your app, and under quick links, there's one for invite a distributor or invite customer. It's so nice that you can send that link right to your person. They will see your little picture so that they know that they are joining with you. And your ambassador number will be there. They click join, and it's as simple as that. So then once they get into the space, they're going to pick out their package. And we've said this many times, as you are growing your business, you are growing relationships with whoever you are speaking to. And so you're learning about their health, you're learning about their goals, and this is where you can guide them as to what package best fits their life. We have learned that if we are starting a business, people should be starting with an 8-pack. So if somebody is looking for brain health, if somebody is looking for weight management, we have packages where they can pick and choose to, you know, overall address their health issues. So guide them to the right package.
Hey, Donna, let me interrupt you there too, because there's something I've been doing that's working extremely well. It's like almost foolproof, that even if you're talking to someone about joining us in the business or joining us as a customer, I'm going to ask them, out of these 3 categories, you know, your hormone health, the way you feel, your sexual function, your skin, hair, nails, your sleep. I'm going to ask those questions. Like, I'm going to say, look, what about brain health? Are you forgetting your car keys lately? What about shoulder pain, knee pain, arthritis? And I'm going to say, which one of those are really, really critical for you? I mean, what would you like to address first? And if they say knee pain, I'm going to say, well, let's build a pack around the Somaderm CBD or the AWE and go from there so that we're solving a problem. Even if they're interested in the business, which they want to try to get a broad spectrum of products so they know what we deliver, do that little bit of an interview and find their, no pun intended, find their pain points.
Yes, thank you. And also, if you are speaking to people who are starting a business, there is cost savings when they are picking a pack with the 8 bottles compared to just coming in as the $199. So business people are going to want to hear how they can save money. So next is you're going to help them set up their auto ship. So if they are getting the gel on auto ship, I always have my NeuroV on my auto ship because that brain product is just incredible. So find out what their needs are. So maybe it is, you know, like Paul said, knee pain. They can add the AWE or the CBD, you know, for that pain relief to their auto ship as well as the gel. So they log into the back office, they go to orders, there's the drop down, you go to subscription, and this will keep you active for commissions. And that's when you have people starting out, you want to make it very clear that they need to have this auto ship in order to make money. Thanks.
Hey, Donna, also, if they forget that their knee hurts, you want to try to upsell them to NeuroV at the same time, because sometimes you just forget.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what I love, guys, with what Donna just shared with you, and thank you so much, Donna and Paul. If you saw, we have listed there the leadership and training that you also get with your business. So yes, your business, you know, the $59 is on top of that first package fee. You're getting your website, you're getting your business. You need all of those things. You need to be able to touch your business every single day and go into the back office and know exactly where you are, where your customers are at, where your team is at. but also you get leadership and training here that is unlike any other team that you're going to plug into. We have, I would say, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of training every single week that we do on Mondays when we come together for our Empower Hour. And you're getting people that have plugged into other coaching, other mentorship that are sharing that with you, but also people who have done this before, who can lead you and take you by the hand and take you down that road to success. And that's the training you get here. And that's also a real selling point when you're talking to people. So when you're thinking of people to share this with, remember that you can also say, plus I've got this great team. They train us every single week. They have these awesome trainers who come in and share, and you're going to be seeing new faces all the time. We're going to be bringing in new people that have had success, and new trainers that are coming in to share with you as well. So it's a really exciting place to be. So it's so much more than just that business that you're getting the mentorship and the support as well. So step 4, so that was steps 1 through 3, guys. And if you're here and you're new, chances are you've already completed those, right? Chances are you've already gone through those 3 steps, and now you're here and you're ready to get to promoter. So congratulations if you've completed those steps. Maybe you're here and you're ready to get started again. Maybe you took a pause from your NewULife business for a while. You're ready to plug in and get going again, and you're starting with step 4. That's awesome too. It's really simple. Step 4 is just getting to promoter. And if you see that diagram there, that's one person on your right and one person on your left. And that's what your team needs to look like to get to promoter. And that's when you rank advanced the first time. So if you're here, you don't have to sit and write out a list of 100 people that you're going to go right now and share everything about NewULife and the products with. We want you to think of your 2 best people. Who are the 2 people that you'd reach out to right now and say, hey, Peg, I got to share this with you. I just started this new business. It's this awesome hormone health company. They've got these great products. You're the first person that I thought of to share this with and talk to about this. Can I share with you some information, or can we hop on the phone, or if they're close to you, can we get together so I can show you what I'm doing? I'm so excited. I would love to show you. Who are those 2 people that you could think of? Who are the 2 people that you want to do business with, but not only business, life with? Because as this grows and you get to go on the incentive trips and you get to come to the events, who do you want to do life with? And that's who you need to think about right now. So how do you share? You are going to add them to the Empower House Facebook group. If you're not a part of that, make sure to get with the person who signed you up into NewULife and ask them to get in there. But if you're in there, add people in there. As you're sharing it, just say, hey, I'm going to add you to our group. I can add you in there. You can take a look around. There's some recordings in there. You're going to see my team. You're going to see some posts about the business or the products. It's such a great place to be. Plus, that's where we will be on Wednesday doing our live opportunity presentation as well. So you want to plug people into that group, because then they get tagged when we go live. Invite them to those live presentations. So when you know Wednesday is coming up and at 7 Eastern, we're going to be live in the group, make sure you're inviting people to that. Invite them to come in and take a look, or invite them into the group and tag them in the recording if they can't make the live presentation. Use the tools in the app like Donna had shared. The app is amazing. And you can share links to the products. You can share links to the business. You can share whatever you want. You can add stuff in there if you want to have your own media in there. It's such a great way to share. But not only that, I'm going to get a notification. So if I share a link with Paul and he starts watching it, I'm going to get a notification that says, hey, Paul's watching that video you just sent him. And I'm going to know that right now, Paul's hot. He is watching this. I'm going to be, in 15 minutes, I'm going to be reaching out to him and saying, hey, I saw that you had watched the video. Let's get on the phone so I can answer any questions that you have. So it's such a great tool to have. I really love it. It's so unique for NewULife to have that. You're going to want to start conversations with people, and we call them 5-way conversations, but they can be 3-way, 4-way, 5-way, whatever works for you. But what you want to do is be adding people. If I'm talking to Donna on Messenger and Facebook, instead of trying to tell Donna everything and tag her in every single, testimonial that we have and every single business post that we have, I'm just going to say, hey, Donna, I'm actually going to add you to a group. I'm going to add in Peg and Paul and Sandra, and I'm going to say, hey, guys, here's Donna. Donna's taking a look at the products, or Donna's taking a look at the business. Can you share with Donna your experience that you've had so far? And all 3 of them are going to jump in, and they're going to share, probably over the next couple of hours, their experience that they've had. And so what that's doing for Donna is it's showing her that not only do the products work, or does the business work, but it's also showing her that I have support. And it's also showing her that if she wants to go out and do this, she can do this because she doesn't need to know everything. So by the time all 3 of them have come in and they've shared, I'm going to say, hey, Donna, hey, guys, thanks so much for sharing. Donna, do you have any questions before we get you started? So either on the products or in the business. And it's as simple as that. Then I don't feel like I've had to convince her or share everything that I have with her, my team has done it with me, right? And so feel free, add me to any chat you need me in. I know Peg is open to that, Donna's open to that, Paul's open to that. Wherever you need us, add us in. So if it's a group text or it's a messenger chat or it's an Instagram message, wherever you need us, add us in. And then you're going to want to follow the 5/5, which is coming up with Paul. It's simple, it's boring, and it works. And it's so awesome for your business. And if you just do the simple steps that he's going to share with you, and Donna's going to go a little bit deeper into how it's working for her, if you follow it, guys, I promise it works. It's just getting that discipline and conviction in yourself that you're going to do this every single day, no matter what, and that you've made a decision to build your NewULife business. So now I get to pass it over to Peg Tucker, who's a coach here with NewULife, one of the most awesome trainers on our team, and go follow her on social media. Her social media is fantastic. She always has people raising their hands to ask her questions, work with her, get her products. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Peg. Oh, sorry, actually, Charmaine first. I'm building up Peg. Charmaine next. Charmaine is an executive promoter with us here, guys. Charmaine is awesome. She always does this step so wonderfully. She's also an awesome trainer on our team. It's always great to hear from her. So Charmaine, sorry, I didn't mean to skip over you. Can you complete step 5 for us?
No, I was flexible. I'm like, oh, this is really good. So thank you, Angel. You give such valuable information. And Donna, I have to say, I'm up in Seattle and there are pickleball courts all over the place. But going on to step 5, it is about duplication. And the thing about duplication, it means that you don't have to think of how to create something, how to go forward. And like Angel said, there is a great team here and there are leaders that you want to follow. And this is a follow the leader system, right? And the thing that I like the most is our leaders are respected, they're recognized, and they're successful. So not only is it a follow the leader system, it's also where we need to be coachable. And truly, this training is to prime us all for success, right? Who doesn't want to be successful? Every business has a system, but successful businesses have teams who follow the systems. And again, going back to duplication, you're going to connect people to you're going to connect with 2 people, your top people. You're going to pique their interest by way of the Facebook group or the app that Don had talked about. And there's other tools that are available, but the other part is connecting them again with the leaders. You'll see many of them on this webinar right now. You'll see Jordan, there's Charlene, besides Donna, there's Sandra. So it is where we are a great big team, and it's the power of the team, and the support is so important, especially when we work together. So, you may be thinking, oh my goodness, I'm drinking from a fire hose if you're here for the first time, or if you're, like Angela said, recharging your business. It's a recipe. And think of a recipe, like, for example, my family's from Hawaii. If we have some big event coming up, we all get together and we're going to make wontons or gyoza. And so we know the basic recipe, the meats, the green onions, the spices, the shoyu or the soy sauce, and then, you have the wrappers. So we're all sitting in a line making these gyozas. And so there's a way to, to fold it. There's a certain amount you put in, you can't put in too much. So same thing, you don't want to give someone too much information because they're going to stop. You just want to have that right mix. The nice thing is about having someone who's come ahead, they're going to look at your gyoza and say, okay, you need to, what the edges to get it to stick. And then as you get better and better, you learn how to make it and you put your little flair in how you fold it. And this is the same recipe, the same system that we have for this business. There's the basics, connect, right, with the correct tools, big interest, and then connect with the team. And at the end, you're going to have this wonderful tasting gyoza. You're going to have a wonderful team. And the thing about you being able to work with your team after you've had your person on the left, on the right, you're helping to build their team. They're building their little gyoza right there. And then their team is building, it's going to drive volume to their business. It's going to build the team for the teams below them. And then it's also going to drive volume to your business as well. So again, this is a step of duplication. Just follow our successful leaders and be coachable. Angel, back to you.
Thank you, Charmaine. I love that example. So thank you so much for sharing it that way. And that was awesome. And yeah, guys, volume is the key. And this duplication is what's going to grow your business. And just like Charmaine said, you might have somebody come in and they just take off with it. And that's fantastic. but having this simple system to be able to show people, so it's not overwhelming for them. They can come in, they can find their 2 people, they can build, and they can show other people how to find their 2 people and build. So that's the steps. It's that simple. So steps 1 through 3, hopefully you're already completed right now, or maybe you're here as a visitor and just watching. We want you to know how simple this is. 4 and 5, super simple. Get to promoter and then duplicate. Paul, I feel like you want to say something.
I do. I wanted to go to Jordan a little bit because Jordan, I don't know if I know you're on the phone or whatever, but about duplication, about systems, because I think people get, and this is a conversation you and I have been having pretty heavily the last couple of weeks about this whole building separately. And I think that people need duplication, because how do you know when people in Africa or Korea are doing exactly what you're doing in the US? And I think that's why we need these simple systems. So I'd love to get your opinion on that.
No, I mean, I'm a huge believer. I think was it Doug Fireball yesterday that talked about, he's like, anybody can make something simple complicated, but the true genius is making something complicated simple. And I think that's the key, is having a system that truly is simple, effective but simple and duplicatable, and then developing leadership around that. So I think this is perfect what we have.
Good. I appreciate it. And I think if we all stress how we all feel the same way, regardless of our lines of sponsorship, regardless of anything, you're going to realize there's strength in that, those repetitive, boring systems, right? If you're still nervous and it's not boring for you, you haven't put the time in, you haven't done it. So Jordan, thank you. I'm going to go for you from time to time. I think you had a lot of value. Go ahead, back to you, Angel. Sorry, I'm interrupting a lot today, but I've done tri-MLT and regular MLT, and I had Soma night last night. So
you're acting like this isn't normal. I'm used to it, Paul. All right. Well, now, Peg, I've already built you up once, so I'm not doing it again. I'm going to pass it over to Peg Tucker. She does awesome on this screen here, just to share with you guys what to do next. Like when you brought somebody in, what to do with them. So go ahead, Peg.
Thanks, Angel. And I just want to say, I love this call. Thank you, Angel, for putting this together. And I love seeing all the familiar faces that I get to work with every day, but I really love seeing the new faces. So welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. We're so excited you're here. I love what Rochelle said too, because there's some people that are new here that were announced last week. So I can send you the replay, but I love what Rochelle said. It really is nice to hear your name mentioned, right? Like Paul said, it really is important to have that acknowledgement at the beginning. So when you've got someone in that has just enrolled and they are your responsibility right now. You want to be able to, you don't just enroll them and say, there you go, good luck out there, right? You want to show them like you would show a child, make them comfortable with what they're doing. They've got a lot of questions, right? So you want to show them how to log into their back office, get into the back office with them. You can do a Zoom with them and do a screen share. They can open up their back office. You can, go through, they can handle the mouse and go around their back office. You can show them what to look for. And then you want to help them to download the app, because the app is, as Angel said, it is a really, really powerful tool. I love it. I use it all the time. I was just working with someone yesterday, the new Soma Night video. We got that, got that on Vimeo and downloaded it. I love that you can add your own material to the app. And then, like Angel said, you get a notification if I send a video to Paul, I get a notification Paul's watching the video. I might even get a notification Paul's gone to your website. So then, like you said, Paul's interested, right? So you want to get them to mark their calendar also for this, because it's a good training, it's a good review, but it's also when they start bringing someone in, you don't want them to put the brakes on because, well, I can't enroll someone. I can't bring in a new distributor to work with me because I don't know what I'm doing. This is simple. You plug them into this, let us do the work for you, right? And then you want to schedule a call with them. After they attend this, you want to schedule a call with them to answer all their questions and help them to set up a plan to get to promoter. So I'm really, really excited about that. We have new faces on all the time here. And as Angel said, this really, what you make sure you get on the Sunday or on the Sunday training and on the Monday training, because make sure you've got a list of the calls that is in the boards app, but also you want to You want to make sure that you're on there because, like Angel said, you get thousands of dollars worth of training for free just being part of this. So really, I mean, I think of it sometimes like a cupcake, like the basis is the growth that you go through, and the icing on the top is the business part. It's the growth and the personal development and learning your skills. And that's what I'm really grateful for the leadership that we have here. So thank you, Angel. I'm gonna turn it back to you.
Thank you so much, Peg. And yeah, you know, it's really awesome what we have. And I want to mention too, Doug's call on Fridays. So guys, we have a really exclusive kind of opportunity for you guys to plug in on Fridays. It's at noon Eastern. Even if you're at work, if you can just plug in some earbuds and listen, you don't have to be on camera. But we have Doug Firebaugh's call, and Doug is one of the top trainers and mentors in the profession. Years and years he's been doing this. He did $1 billion in volume when he was in his company, but he also has trained people to be, I think he has 52 millionaires and top earners that he's trained when they come to coach with him. But Paul and I get to go in there every other Friday. I'm usually there every Friday, but we get to go in and we get to do training. He's invited us to come on and train in his space. So seeing all of you guys there yesterday was awesome. We had so many of our team come and show up, and it's not a recruiting space. It's not a place where you're taking pictures of everybody on the call and then you're hitting them up afterwards. But what that does is it's showing people the power of our team, how awesome we are. It's a great place, obviously, where you're getting further training, because Doug will drop bombs on there that you're just going, oh my gosh, like there's just so much wisdom on that call. But it's showing just who we are, and we almost dominate on there, right? And it's so great to see that, because people are like, oh, all these people are working together. So no, you're not recruiting, but it also is a way that we show up and show what we have here as a team. So it was great to see that.
I want to mention one thing, Angel. You know, it's very rare for me to interrupt, but I paid thousands of dollars a month to be coached by Dr. Firebaugh for about an hour a week. Okay. A lot of the stuff, obviously, we don't go into personalized issues on the large call, the well fuel call, but I'm telling you, you're getting that kind of, you're getting that kind of training. I paid thousands a month. I'm not kidding. All right. I'm going to do it again with him because I've reached another level in the business. Get on the effing call. Okay. Stop thinking you know everything. Pick somebody, get a trainer. Now, if you're an Eric Worre guy, great. Listen to Eric. Listen to Eric. You got to diversify. I can tell a mile away who's an Eric Worre disciple. I could tell a mile away who's a Ray Higdon disciple. You want to become your own person. Gather it all and make it your own. All right, guys. Again, a rarity, but I didn't mean to interrupt.
The rare time we get to hear Paul talk. No, that is fantastic. And you're so right. It's great to plug into other places, but that's not building your business either. Right. And I think a lot of people fall into that trap of, oh, if I'm learning, then I'm building. No, learning is on top of building. Learning, it becomes your hobby. Like when people say to me, what's your hobby? I'm like, business development. Because when I'm not building my business and I'm not working or I'm not with my kids, then I'm listening to stuff. And that's actually my hobby. It's replaced other stuff that I like to do. It's what I love doing it. And you'll get addicted to personal development. You'll get addicted to building your mindset. It's just amazing what happens. So yeah, but that is on top of the steps that now I get to pass it back to Paul. Finally, I get to introduce Paul. So this guy that you heard, this call, Paul is the leader of our team, guys. He's built multiple 7 figures here in NewULife. This is the first network marketing company that Paul has built, and hopefully the only, because we want him here forever. But he came from massive success in the corporate world in Wall Street and came in and has been with NewULife for a few years and building and has led our team to be what it is now and where it's going in the future. He's got an amazing Korean team also that's taken off. So he's often, overseas and with them, and just came back from Macau a couple of weeks ago at an awesome event. But he is the reason why I'm here. When Paul shared with me NewULife, I was not looking for a company at that time. I was doing my own thing and just traditional business. And I had been in the profession for a few years before that, I think about 8 years before that. And when Paul shared with me not only what he was doing here and what he had here, which, was all the things I was looking for, but knowing that I could lock arms with him and build with him, and that he had paved this road of success. And then seeing this team that was here, and Peg and Donna and Charmaine, and just seeing the family that was growing and knowing that this is a place I wanted to be, but it's because of him for what we have here. So Paul, now that I've done the proper introduction, go ahead. I would love for you to share with them the 5 over 5 and what they need to be doing on a daily basis.
Sure. I got to be honest. I got nothing. I'm really at a loss for words. I don't know what to say. All right. So look at your screen, guys, because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the total 5 over 5 today, because I want to speak with Donna a little bit, because we did a little private coaching and she understands 5 over 5. And she said something that kind of kicked me square in the jaw. And she said, but I don't really get it. Right. She goes, I get 5 over 5, but, and I had to break it down. And I think one of the things I want to tell you is let's focus right now on conversations, because I think all of you are good at making connections. Anybody could go on LinkedIn or go on Facebook or Instagram and just follow people or ask people to follow you, or better yet, becomes friends with people, right? Those are connections. People you meet in the supermarket, you're collecting business cards. That's the easy part. And you should collect thousands of them. And if you did 5 a day times, 120 days or 60 days, whatever number you want to put, multiply, and you'll see what you need to. But conversations are where it all starts. And Donna said, well, I don't know if I want to invest that kind of time into a conversation. And I got to stress that it will take a little bit longer in the beginning until you learn how to have these micro rapport building sessions with people. All right. So first, I want Donna to explain what she took away from our coaching session, because the minute she got back to me the next day, I noticed in her a commitment not only to what we discussed, but a commitment to accountability, because she texted me right away. I've done this. I didn't do this, but I did this. And I got, instead of doing 20, I've done 18 already, or whatever those numbers were. But Donna, just share with me a little bit about a little bit of the confusion. It's okay to say, hey, I didn't do a good job up to that point with you, and I probably still got more work to do, but tell me how you felt.
Thanks, Paul. So I believe I understand 5 over 5, but if you are getting to know me, I'm a bit much. I'm a bit intense. And I'm very competitive. So I go fast at things. So Paul had to rein me back and say, whoa, you need to slow down and start having conversations with people. So what I was doing on LinkedIn was I had my little script. I would alter it for chiropractors or trainers or whatever, but it would be, hey, so nice to connect with you. This is who I am. This is what I have. Are you interested? Let me know. And so I got a couple people interested, but what I started to do after Paul reined me in was I would say, thank you so much for connecting. How are you? I have a little story that I want to share about one of the connections that I made. I found a gentleman, his profile intrigued me. He was, his market is truckers, the trucker industry. He helps truckers into health and wellness. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I connected with him. He accepted my, my connection. I sent him a message and I told him a little story. I said, thank you so much for your connection. I find it so intriguing what you do. When I was a little girl, I remember laying on the back dashboard of my parents' car, driving across the country to Florida. And we would always, make that motion to get the truckers to honk at us. I said, how did you get involved in this industry? I'm like, and then I also said, I'm so grateful for our truckers because we wouldn't have anything in our stores without them. And I just left it at that. And he responded back. And we started having a conversation. And what I loved about this, thank you, Paul, I love you, is he shared with me his fitness journey and how he was in martial arts. Ding! Oh, Alexi Goldstein created Somaderm because, right? He was
the Gracie family, right? The Gracie family.
Yes.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes. So having conversations. So that next day after Paul's training, when people connected with me, I would just say hello, thank you. like a couple people who are, they're looking for a job. My question to them is, so what are you, what's most important to you in a company that you would join? Like, what are your values? And I would just like leave it at that. And it starts this amazing conversation. Yeah.
So Donna, a couple of things. Number one, and I think you got a great training from Angel, because I want to kind of go back to that script that you were using. What did I tell you about it? I said, if you're going to do that script, you need to broadcast tremendously. In other words, doing 5 of those a day with that script, that's really something that you're going to be committed to, and you want to get 100 to 200 to 500 of those out. So it's not about, see, sometimes we get confused when we teach these things where you're going to say, okay, I got a great script and let me send this out to a couple of people. Well, what's the intent of the script? If you're doing some sort of a broadcast, right, you need more volume to do that. If you're doing it individualized, which does take longer, and I know you like to move quickly. So here's what I want to tell you. I know everybody get out a pen and paper, because I'm going to give you 10 points on how to start conversations. Okay. And number 1 is personalizing your greetings. All right. I need you to just make sure everybody loves to hear their name. Everybody wants to hear it. All right. Shout it from the rooftops. I want to hear my name. So make sure you're personalizing it. Number 2, you got to start asking open-ended questions. Everything you ask has to elicit a response. Every single thing, whether that's cool or that's interesting, or ask a question like, what is your biggest pain point? But here's another thing I'm noticing, and I heard it and if I was training with one-on-one, Donna, I would have commented and said, I'm hearing a lot of texting. I'm not hearing a lot of phone call. And I think a voice message is better than a text, and a phone call is better than anything else you can do. Why? Everybody talks about income and making 6 figures and 7 figures and all this other stuff. Do you really think someone's going to join my business and seriously consider making real money and never talk to me and just fill out some form online and buy some products? And they're not ever going to talk to me, the guy that we're representing, or you, Donna, or Peg, or Elsa, or Jessica, or anyone they're not going to talk to you and be in a multi-million-dollar business with you and move some serious amounts of volume. So think about it that way, right? And you also want to evaluate who they are. So number 1, personalized greetings. Thank you, Christy. Number 2 is asking open-ended questions. Number 3, active listening, right? Practice that active listening. Are you absorbing what they're saying, or are you just waiting for them to shut up so you could say your next buzzword or that next cliche that you want to say? Stop doing that and start listening to what they're all about. Ask them a question. I know you're not interested in building the business, but let me ask you a question. Maybe you could help me. What's some of your biggest complaints physically? I see that you're 40 or you're 50 or you're 60 or you're 25. What are some of your biggest health complaints? What are some of your health goals? Because I want to know for the next person. So active listening. Number 4, sincere compliments. Okay. Donna, your transformation at NewULife has been incredible to me. Okay. Angel, your training has been probably some of the best I've seen in the industry. Peg, your growth has been, these are real sincere, your growth as a person, as a social media guru has been, it's just watching that journey. That's so easy to do it real. You know why? I know Donna's journey. I know Angel's. I know Peg's. Right? I know it. I've invested the time to watch them and see. Donna, just unmute and just go for it. Just don't worry about wait for me.
Okay. So one thing that you said about the phone calls, I absolutely agree with you. So from LinkedIn, just this last week, I connected with this woman and we did a Zoom. I did a Zoom with her. She was in Australia. And I reached out to 2 other people in NewULife. I had Phoenix and Anna Golden Light on this Zoom and with this woman from Australia. And it was absolutely amazing.
Ta-da!
We could have spent 2 hours, like the connection and everything. It was so beautiful. And it was just so real, because
Donna, that leads me to my number 5 is share common interests, right? You should be talking to every damn pickleball player on LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever. You should be connecting with every single one. If someone, right, every time I'm in all these speedboat groups, I don't have my boat anymore, but whatever, and I'm kind of known in that space, right? So like when those guys contact me, I know it's a shared and a common interest. Now they may go from that to, hey, by the way, where do you get your boat insurance? And they're probably going to try to sell me something, but we have that common interest. So number 5, share a common interest, whether it be health and wellness, whether it be pickleball, pick one, John, trumpet, horns, band, recording, be in those spaces and talk to those people, because that's the first impression they're going to get about what you want to talk to them about, right? And then, oh, by the way, because what are the odds the second you're going to talk to someone, they're ready to get involved in business with you? Give them a chance, all right? Number 6, be curious and inquisitive. Be truly curious about them. Develop, find out about where they've been, their travel, their experiences, the challenges, but be respectful. Don't say, hey, I just saw you file for bankruptcy, but acknowledge it. Acknowledge some of the challenges they're facing in their life. Or I just saw that you broke up, with someone, or whatever it may be. Address the challenges. One, it's going to show you that you're an open and honest person. You're transparent, but be respectful. So that's number 6. Number 7, express empathy and understanding. I know you don't have the money, or I know it's a concern for yours, or I know you're worried about hormones, or I know that things are tough for you right now. Whatever it is, express that empathy for them, not sympathy. One of the things I will do is I'm never sympathetic. I'm sympathetic to people, but I'm more showing empathy. What does empathy show? That you have a solution. You have the ability to get this person out from where they are if they'll just listen and get to know you as well. So express the empathy and the understanding of it. I've been there. Okay. Words of encouragement are really powerful for people. Some people are just looking for support. They've been beaten down over and over again. Number 8, authentic and transparent. I'll go through them all again, but authentic. And this is the hardest thing for so many people. And I could see in the beginning with your social media journey, let's take Peg for a second. You could see it's more and more honest when we stop putting our ego to the side, right? And really expressing. I did a post. I was doing karaoke in Korea, and I had this crazy. Did anybody see the thing? I had that stupid, crazy wig on or whatever. I put that post up to really pop my own ego balloon. You need to do that once in a while so you could really become authentic and transparent and show people that you're real. Peg's journey used to be a little bit more septic or antiseptic. And then it started to become real, and now it becomes really enjoyable to watch it, right? Peg, do you understand what I'm talking about? You can unmute. About how it was a little cumbersome at first, talking about you, and now it's second nature. Do you even realize that you've had that journey?
Oh, definitely. And it's intentional. I'm trying to, I want to make myself relatable to the people that I'm trying to help. So I want to make them, and I want that to make them feel comfortable to open up with me. And when I do have a conversation with them, you're talking about being empathetic, Paul. I call it, I try to remember that these points: acknowledge, relate, and share. So I acknowledge what they said. I tell them how I can relate to it. And I share a little something about me, because if I open up a little bit to them.
So say them again, because it's important. I think there's a good tool in there, right? So what would say empathetic?
Acknowledge, relate, and share.
Acknowledge, relate, and share. Okay.
Acknowledging what they said. Thank you for sharing that. I can relate more than or I know someone who can relate to that.
Okay, what I love about that, and that has to be done inside of these 10 steps. So each one of these 10 steps, you need to remember those 3 steps. And here's why. It's going to slow you down. It's going to force you to really engage on the person and not you. And it's asking you another question, asking them some more questions, or acknowledging them so you can make some more notes about them and not so worried about. This is the part that never gets boring. I will tell you this: the pitch, the packages, the tedium of building your contact list and building your leads list will get boring. The conversations with people will never, ever get boring. And that's the way I refresh myself talking to new people, even if they have zero interest in my business. That really energizes me, and I appreciate that. The tedium, or the go for boring, is the points we need to hit when they say yes, when they say no. Everything else is a genuine, honest conversation. So then number 9, so we said be authentic and transparent. Thank you, Peg. Great job. Offer value and help is number 9. And that goes back to what I said about what's ailing them. What's the problem? Somebody said on Dr. Doug's call the other day, and I used to do it too, I used to get people how to increase your human growth hormone levels for free. And you would send out articles on it, right? You know why? Because I know human nature. People would rather pop a pill or rub a gel on than do the work that it takes to increase their HGH levels naturally. Okay? So offer value, offer some other ideas, tell people how they can get better sleep without Somanite, right? But let them understand. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, when you see the data on Somanite, it's going to blow your mind. I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind. We've never had anything this provable and this powerful. The last one, number 10, express gratitude. Be grateful. Express the, just on the interaction, just the sheer fact you were able to talk and get to know them. Thanks for chatting with me. Have a closing note that's very gracious about the conversation. Wrap it up with something appreciative so that they're not feeling like the next call is going to be to close them. All right. So I know this sounds like a lot, and you're not going to hit every one of these 10 points, and I'll repeat them again. So number 1, personalized greetings. Number 2, ask open-ended questions. Number 3, active listening. Number 4, compliment sincerely. It's important. Okay. Share common interests. Be curious and inquisitive. Express empathy and understanding is number 7. Number 8, be authentic and transparent. Big one. Put an asterisk star next to that. Number 9, offer value and help. Even bigger star next to that one. And number 10, express gratitude. I really appreciate you taking the time to get on the phone with me. I hope what I shared had interest. And by the way, if nothing we discussed today is for you, who do you know that I should know? Who do you know that this may be able to help? Do you know anyone who's suffering from knee pain, joint pain? Anyone who's suffering from aging or is really interested in, taking their health to the next level? Those are those key 10 points. And all this relates to is step 2, conversations. And I think that's where you're struggling. And that's why I felt you needed these 10 points. Thank you for putting that in the chat, whoever did that. Jessica, always Jessica. She is like the admin of all admins. She's just, Jessica, I love you for that. Thank you so much. So this is just step 2, but it's so critical because people are going to get off the phone and say, oh my God, that Nancy Billingsley, I like her. She's a nice person. She was generally interested in me. Sandra told me about her trip that she just got back from, and we talked and we related to something, whether it may be a trip or a meal or anything. Find the common ground with people. Now, by the way, you will learn to shrink this down more and more and more and get it done very rapidly. But would you rather have 2 superstars in your organization, or like what I did in my first 5 months in NewULife, I recruited 126 people, and the only one left here is Rocco Berardi. Okay? So let's talk about the value of a conversation and the value of your own time in recruiting the right people. Angel, we talked about this on the call Friday, right? About getting the right people involved in your business. Otherwise, you're wasting time. How many of you have people who walked away from the business? Right? Well, don't do that. You don't want to hear me 15 times in a row. So how about this, guys? If I told you I'd give you $10 million, like right now, would you take it? The answer for most people is absolutely. Of course I'd take it. But if I told you you would die tomorrow, would you still take the $10 million? Of course not. You wouldn't take it. So sheer fact is you got to understand that things take time to build real. Okay, you have to realize the value of what you have. It's not just about the money. It's what's the outcomes? What's coming next? Okay, what's next for you? right? Is it quick money and then death? Or is it really, I mean, you all talk about, I want to change people's lives. I want to change people's lives. Well, do you mean it? Do you really mean it? And if you do, how the hell are you going to do that without talking to people and finding out what in their life needs to be changed? I love when people tell me my why is helping people and changing their lives. Really? And you're not talking to 50 people a day? How do you figure out who's worth your time? How do you figure out who truly needs help? Right? My God, you show me a St. Jude commercial and my checkbook is out like in a heartbeat, right? So let's find those people that need our virtual checkbook, our emotional checkbook, our business checkbook, or our product checkbook. And let's start writing some checks. Angel, back to you.
That was awesome, Paul. I think Donna had opened up. Donna, did you want to share something?
I just want to say one thing that we were talking about Dr. Doug. One thing that he said maybe a couple weeks ago is become unforgettable. So if we want to impact people's lives, we need to become unforgettable. Like Paul Capozio is unforgettable. Jesse Lee Ward is unforgettable because they have impacted our lives so much. So how can we show up in conversations on the phone, in our community, on the pickleball courts, in our massage practice, at our kids' school, on the playground, so that people remember us, so that we are unforgettable. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that was awesome. And honestly, the tip too, Paul, when you said about voice messaging instead of texting, and that was big for me too, because I do spend a lot of time on LinkedIn, so I'm always typing it out, but there's so much difference in me typing out, hey, I work with a lot of personal trainers and we're helping them to, grow their revenue and per client revenue as well, and retain clients for longer. Way different reading that than me saying, hey, in my voice, right? Them feeling my energy and being like, hey, I work with a lot of personal trainers, no idea if this is for you or not, but this is what we do. There's so much difference to that, right? Now I'm a real person coming through. They're hearing my energy, they're hearing my voice. It's a lot different than just reading that same old boring text. So that was a good tip for me today, Paul. Thank you, because I'm probably just throwing out this boring, flat energy and people don't even know who I am, right?
Or you've written a text and they're like, what the hell did he mean by that? It's like, and meanwhile, it's just, and all of you who see me either post, text, or texting, I text with all of you, and there's always a misspelling. I'm always in a rush. So it's easy to misinterpret what I'm trying to say, where you can't, if you heard my voice and hear where the passion is, or where the anger is, or where the caring is, it's going to be much clearer. Right? And we don't leave things open for interpretation. Another thing you talked about, Don, the pickleball people or the personal trainers that you said, Angel, do them one at a time. Get in your, I'm going after chiropractor mode today. Because if you keep, and then get your text ready, get your voice messages ready. Look, your first voice message, second, third voice message is going to suck, right? It's like high school and leaving a message, and like, Anne-Marie, I know that the prom is coming up, Meanwhile, when Anne-Marie turns you down and you're on the fifth girl, you're like, listen, Margaret, I know you don't have a date for the prom. Listen, I'm here. Let's do this, right? You and me. You're going to get to that level, right? So you got to go through those first couple of awkward calls. Let the person on the other end experience it, because you know what do I always say? You can't do the right thing with the wrong person, but you can't do the wrong thing with the right person. You just can't. They're going to feel it if there's a connection there on some level. You know what I mean? That's why we have patience for the people we're in relationships with, because there's other stuff there for them. All right. Anything else?
Jordan, do you want to pop on and share anything? It's so great to have you on these calls now, and it's great to see we have two screens of people. I love it.
Yeah, no, this is awesome.
You can get me to shut up a little bit.
No, no, you're great, Paul. This is so good. I mean, at the end of the day, it is about relationships. I love what you said, Paul. One of the last things about, like, you're gonna suck when you first start. And I think as leaders, helping people to understand and expect that at the beginning, like, you're not going to be very good. It's going to feel awkward. You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. It's part of the journey. And there's no way around it. If you want to be great, if you want to be like an Angel or be like a Paul or someone who's accomplished, you have to go through not being good and making mistakes. And if you understand that at the beginning and you help new people set that expectation, like, hey, you're going to mess up, but as a leader, as a business partner, I'm going to help you through this process. you know? So as long as you're determined to keep going, I'm right here with you, and this team surrounding you is right here with you, then we're going to get through this. And I think setting that expectation is critical to, you know, for success, and just gives people that freedom to take the action necessary to learn the skills to keep going.
Absolutely.
So real quick, you know, it's not just your first calls in the first month of your network marketing career. It's your first calls of the day that are going to suck. Okay. So you get used to that. Remember, the first voice message is nowhere going to be near as good as the third or the fifth or the 10th. That's why we do so many. That's why we try to 5 over 5 is a minimum, guys. It's a minimum. But when you start doing that and you get better and better and more comfortable, that's why we, you know, Angel talks about when you close somebody, the next best thing to do is not go making martinis. It's to make another phone call, because you're unstoppable at that point. Make the phone call. Call your chicken list. John Burton.
Thanks, Paul. The one thing after all of this that I think about on top of everything is a transparency over it. And I'm saying this about myself, but it's about anybody else that feels this, is to not take the rejections so personal, because I do want to help people. So when I get that no, or that not right now, it still hits me personally, because I want to take care of them right this minute. And just like Jocelyn told me, John, you got to get over yourself. So I've got to get past that and switch that part of the brain that does that to me.
Yeah, that's a great point. And thank you for sharing that. And that's vulnerable. And we all have that, right? It doesn't mean, like, when we talk about, you know, don't take everything so personally. We all have that, because we all want this so badly, not just for ourselves, but for other people. And when we know that we have something that definitely can help somebody, but they continue to say no and no and no and no, it does. You feel it inside, right? Because we're just human and we want it for people and we want to help them, but it happens. And I love what we're talking about today about the scripts and about, you know, not getting it perfect. And there's, like, every time I'm sending out something, I will tweak it and I'll be like, why did I write it that way? Oh, no wonder nobody's responded to this. Like, you stop and you look at it from their perspective and go, I got to change this. Like, I wouldn't even answer that, you know? So none of us are perfect in anything that we're doing. It's just getting that practice. And, you know, I love role playing, like, call someone up, call up a leader and say, hey, if I said this to you, how would you respond? And you may hear, oh my gosh, no, you got to totally change that. That's great. That's a great start. But let's just switch this up a little bit. Let's make this not so businessy or not so stale, or, you know, let's put your personality into this. So don't be afraid to reach out and say, hey, I need a little bit of help with this. None of us have it figured out perfectly. Otherwise, we'd have thousands of people on this call right now, right? So we're all figuring it out together. And I love the leadership here. I love that everybody shared. Peg, do you have any closing thoughts for today?
Yes. First of all, thank you all for being here. And I want to, we have a really exciting call tomorrow night and if you're not on my text list, please just text the word team to me if you'd like. You can text it to, hang on one second, trying to get there. You can text it to 518-543-9449. You'll go on my text list. And I just got a notification that came through that we've got a really great call tomorrow for our Sunday call. Talking about our current promotion, which is incentive, which is really phenomenal. I think it's really, really exciting. So Paul's going to be on there, and Ken and Chris Cavadon, John Lopresto, and Joe Giuliano. Really good call. Tune into that. And thank you everyone for being here. And congratulations if you're new. Congratulations for being here, and congratulations for taking the time right from the beginning to invest your time in your business. Back to you, Angel.
Yes,
Thanks.
love that. Thank you so much, Peg. Yes, be on tomorrow's call. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Donna, go ahead.
I just want to put in a plug for Fort Lauderdale, November 3rd and 4th. We should all be there and bring in our teams. Our business is built at events, and we are going to be finding out, you know, pretty shortly about the next incentive trip. I remember last year, Peg and I
I think you're finding out in Florida. I think you'll be finding out from that stage in Florida where we're going.
Peg and I took pictures with those big old birds when they showed us Costa Rica. So get to Fort Lauderdale so you can find out about that trip.
Yes, I can't wait. All of this energy in one place. We're going to just blow the roof off that.
And Donna for remembering to promote the events. All right, that's one of the biggest keys in network marketing. The other thing is, and I'm going to let Angel, I'm going to let you guys close out, is that if you're getting value from this call, okay, if you've heard anything from myself or Angel or Jordan or Donna or Peg or Jessica, who's been putting stuff in the chat, and those of you who really want this, don't be selfish. Don't try to take this information and write it down, and then you're going to have another meeting. Use the duplication process. Get people on the call. I want you to have your team calls. I want to be on that stage, and I want to look out into the audience, and I want to see a team win flag or a Divici flag or this flag or that flag. I love that. I absolutely love that. But there's got to be a time when we have a unified message that we're all working together, especially when it comes to promotions and events and new products. We're going to talk about Monday night. I want to talk about how you should think about a new promotion, because we have this 7-strong promotion, and how you should think about when new products come out, about adding that to your repertoire, right? And not just saying, okay, let me hold off on the gel, let me stop this other stuff and just focus purely on that. When you do that, you make a big mistake in your life. If you ever, anybody ever see the movie Contact with Jodie Foster, where they go in the alien thing? Anybody see that movie? It's a really, really good movie on a lot of levels. But she loses her father when she's very young. Her mother had died, and then she loses her father. And her father was teaching her about a ham radio, right? And he would say, you know, when she was trying to reach people on this ham radio, and he would tell her name was Ellie, and he would say, small moves, Ellie, small moves. In other words, when you're dialing in on a ham radio and you're trying to tune it in, it's really very small moves. I want you to do that with your marketing plan. Don't do these radical changes. You're going to miss a lot of information in between there when you're turning that dial. Make very, very small moves. Angel talked about her messaging, right? Or role playing, and just changing the messaging a little bit. Like, oh my God, that doesn't work. But if you just go from chiropractors to nail salons, that's too big of a move. You want to fine tune the chiropractor message. Get that done. Guys, look in the phone book. There's how many chiropractors can you find that you have thousands of people to contact? Thousands of people. All right, guys, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you guys bring it home.
This was gold today. Go ahead, Jordan.
Just real quick, I just want to touch on Fort Lauderdale today. I know we're like less than a month away now, but I want to encourage you guys to just go the extra mile with the people on your team that you would like to see there, because it's amazing what can happen with someone if you just give them a little bit of encouragement, that little inspiration, that little nudge to say, I can see you doing great things here. It's important for you to be in Fort Lauderdale. If you're open to it, let's figure out a way to get there. Just in the last 3 days, we've had a couple new people, maybe 3 different people that were not able to go. They're now able to come. Last night, there's this gal that I've been working on. She enrolled with Wade Hartman a couple of months ago. Very powerful influencer. And she was like, I can't make it that day. It's just not going to work. We have like this family camping trip we do every year. And then early in the week, I'm like, Holly, I know you have a camping trip, and I don't want to, get in the way of that. But if there was a way for you to make it, I think this could be a pivotal point in your career going forward. And late last night, she's like, hey, camping trip has been canceled. What are the details for Fort Lauderdale? So it's like, if you just take the extra step, and if you just stay with some people, we can have a lot more people enroll, even in the final few weeks, to make it happen. And when you take note of the energy like we have on this call today, and the different leaders that are, empowering all of us, imagine taking your people and putting them in that environment for a couple of days. Like, there's just nothing, if we're about helping people and giving them the best chance to succeed, what is better than putting them in that environment, that proximity for a weekend, to set them up for success in 2024. Back over to you, Angel.
Yes, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I love this conversation about Fort Lauderdale, because it builds businesses when you're there. But not only that, it builds your belief. It builds your belief in yourself. It builds your belief in your team, in your company, in the products, all of it. The excitement and the energy at an event is just something that you have to experience if you have not experienced it before. And sharing on social media shows other people that what you're doing is real. These people that you're working with, they're real, and it's exciting. And people are like, will start asking you questions. What are you doing? Why are you there? What is this? Send me more info. I need to be there next time. Like, we'll just blow the roof off of NewULife after this, guaranteed. So it's just awesome. Go ahead, John.
Thank you. I want to be able to mention this to everybody that tomorrow's normal Sunday night listen-in call is replaced with a Zoom call, and it's actually the NUL Freedom call. Kenny Olson posted it earlier. It's the special Sunday night freedom trainings. It's about 7 strong. So I don't want to go through the whole thing, but it's about unlocking your success with 7 strong bonus pool and how to recruit people for this bonus pool. Someone please type that in the chat, get with the person that brought you here, and let's talk with our teams about this. This is not the normal call. This is going to be very, very important.
Right on. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, everybody try to be there. Make it, set your calendar. Now that's 8 Eastern, right? Tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Set your calendars and get in the groups and make sure you have that link. So, and use this, what we've done today, this awesome, Paul, those 10 points on conversation. Brilliant. Just love it. Use this as fuel for your fire today, guys. Go out now and take these steps. Go out now and start perfecting your voice message. Go out now and start making those connections. At least do the 5 over 5. Do not take weekends off. Weekends, people have their phone in hand and you can get their attention. So do not take today off. Go out there and do that and build your business. Reach out to any of us you need. Add us to your conversations. Do the things that you just learned. Implement them. They are just words on paper if they are not used, right? Implement them into your business and watch what will happen, and reach out to us anytime. We'll see you all on the Zoom tomorrow night. And bless you guys. God bless you guys. I just think this was amazing. So go out and have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you, Peg. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, John. Thank you, all of you. Charmaine. Thank you. Love you guys.
Thanks, Angel.
Have
Thanks,
a great
everybody.
weekend,
Thank you.
y'all. Thank you.
Everybody.